50% of Ukraine's energy system has been destroyed by Russia. 12 brigades stuck in Kherson, USA, says evacuate cities. Ukraine is urgently asking for help from the West. Ukrainian Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal said that almost 50% of Ukraine's energy system is out of service, with the figure expected to rise further due to the latest Russian events there. Ukraine Ergo reported that only on November 15 power plants were damaged, 1,000 kilometers of high voltage lines are not working. The infrastructure necessary to transport electricity from west to east has been affected. According to Ukrainian Prime Minister, under these conditions, Ukraine needs additional support from the European partners in the energy sector, the supply of additional equipment, as well as additional financial resources. Power plants, thermal plants, and hydroelectric plants have been destroyed. According to the head of the Ukrainian government, Russian missile attacks on Ukraine critical infrastructure are not stopping. And we know that, of course, in a lot of these areas, people are protesting because they can't live like this. They're protesting against Zelensky and his government. Now, according to information provided by Ukrainian Energy Minister Galushenko, on November 15 alone, Russia launched about 100 missiles at Ukraine, and which was one of the most devastating on the energy system of Ukraine since the start of the special operation, and a second wave of 50 missiles followed. What is the recovery period of the energy system? In the event of a blackout across Ukraine, the energy system will need 3 to 10 days to recover. This was stated by the director of Ukrainian Energy Research Center, Alexander Karchenko. He says, according to our calculations, if a blackout occurs, then according to the favorable scenario, it will take 3 days. According to the negative scenario, 7 to 10 days to restore the system, he said. Karchenko noted that after November 15, Ukraine's energy system is trying to stabilize, although the situation remains difficult. Americans, catastrophic consequences. Ukraine will need help from the West, they say. Ukrainian authorities turn to the United States and some EU countries to help it restoring energy supplies after the missile attack. Kiev does not have enough spare parts. Ukrainian authorities fear that attacks on energy infrastructure will intensify in the coming days, and in this regard are asking for help in preparing for a long period of limited energy consumption and rebuilding infrastructure, writes Politico, citing 2 U.S. congressional sources and a Western official familiar with U.S. intelligence. Ukraine needs generators, pipes, and valves to repair its energy infrastructure. Kiev is trying to repair the damaged facilities, but if the attacks continue, that could become nearly impossible. A senior U.S. official said, potential long-term blackouts would complicate hostilities and could lead to population displacement, officials and an advisor to the Ukraine government said. In such a scenario, food production could come to a halt, as well as traffic needed to support military operations. Amid fears that the energy supply situation will worsen, some Ukrainians have already left the country, the Ukrainian government says. Russia achieved another major military objective. The powerful strikes by the Russian armed forces on Ukraine's infrastructure facilities, which lasted more than a month, had a colossal negative impact not only on the energy sector. A comprehensive study of the situation allows us to conclude that Russia, as a result of this carried out, also managed to achieve another very important military goal. The group of the armed forces of Ukraine assembled over the past 6 months for the Kherson offensive consisted of 12 brigades. Now this shock first is literally stuck near Kherson. It turned out to be problematic for the Ukrainian command to quickly regroup and move formations in other directions. Damaged bridges, railway lines, and electrical substations have complicated the redeployment of troops, even in the nearby Zaporizhia region, not to mention Kharkov and Lugansk regions. So the redeployment of Ukrainian forces was disrupted. On the other hand, the transfer of 30,000 military personnel and equipment from the right bank to the other sectors of the front allowed the Russian armed forces to begin against the Ukrainian defense. This is the first time since the beginning of the war that the military logistics corridors of the Russian army proved to be smaller than those of the armed forces of Ukraine. This is from War News 247. I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.